Hello, and welcome back to Judo Kame. I'm Judo, and I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for all the support and love. And we're going to be showcasing off our event from GD05 starter event. So we have went to four events so far across my state, and oh boy, did we get hurt hard. Was it four or was it three? I think it was three. Yeah, because we went to Reroll Games up in Columbia. We went to Chessie Games, and then we went to New2Us. And the next one I'm going to is Nightwing, which is on Thursday, which is going to be before this video upload. So I was going to go ahead and get these three events posted. I won't record that event. I think three is good enough. We didn't do too well. Our luck wasn't really great all week at all, to be honest. The boxes that we pulled weren't that great, and well, yeah, it wasn't that. We just weren't doing that hot this week. This set isn't doing us too well, unlike GD04 was. GD04 was very generous to us, but this set hasn't been very generous to us, unfortunately. And yeah, it's all right. You know, we you lose some, you win some. You pick yourself up and keep trying again. You keep moving forward. That's it. That's the important thing. But with that being said, enjoy these videos. I will be commentating throughout it. I'll put some music playing in the background. I'll like various music, like non-licensed music, so that way it doesn't get demonetized. But yeah, enjoy the video. Make sure you like and subscribe, and be lookout for a giveaway soon? Question mark. We'll see what happens. I'm still working on some things in the background, and hopefully once these things work out, we can do another giveaway for you guys, giving us to YouTube partner and able to get us to this milestone. We're almost at 600 subscribers as well. So yeah, please, if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. Also consider joining the memberships. Videos will go out a day beforehand, before anyone else get to see it. So if you are a member of the shell heads, that's what we're calling. That's what I'm calling the memberships, the shell heads. So go ahead and subscribe there, and yeah, and also enjoy, and I hope you have a good one. I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya. So this is our first pack openings. Normally what happens in these events is you get four packs to open up. No color restrictions are included in this one right here. So you can use any color from the five that you have available. So your goal is to make a 30 card deck with the cards available that you're given to from the store owners. In these events. You also are given a promo card. The promo card was Domo Kashin and Shining Gundam, the 2-1 vanilla. Those weren't able to be used in the event, unfortunately. Those would have been helpful to my deck 100%. But I didn't pull Shining Gundam, unfortunately. So we're just going through our packs right now. I think I pulled a Master Gundam, if I'm not mistaken. I'm just going through what I'm having right now. I'm separating the rares with the uncommons and commons, and just finagling about trying to open the packs and seeing what I get. Yeah, I got a link rare there. Quest Jagadoga. So we're gonna go ahead and put that over there. So I don't know if I had quests. But here's the last pack right here. Let's hopefully we get some last pack magic. See what we get. Oh, yep, there's the Master Gundam, as I said earlier. So we did end up getting the Master Gundam, which unfortunately we didn't pull the Master Asia or any other G Fighter like command cards to really benefit off of that. So we weren't able to really fully capitalize on using that. But we did pull, if I'm not mistaken, a lot of Phantom Pain stuff. So we did get like 2 Phantom Pain pilots that we could definitely use in the deck. So right now we're just getting things organized. We're going through what we have now. So I'm going to start sorting them out by color, and trying to figure out what do I want to put on there. What do I need to put on there? I also have the Destroy Gundam, which could be really big if played correct. I believe I had about 2 Link pilots available for the Destroy Gundam. And here I'm looking at right now, the like the option of using Master Gundam, because I do have one G Fighter Command card, which was the Graviton Hammer, which rests a level 4, I think like level 4 unit. So and also the Shining Finger, but at the time of recording, I didn't understand how Shining Finger works. I thought you needed Shining Gundam in order for it to work. So I ended up saying this is not going to work, so I won't be able to use this at all. In hindsight, I could have been able to use it because Shining Gundam can rest a level 4 HP unit, and that would have been really big. So I'll have two cards that can rest things. So right now I'm looking through my cards right now. We're trying to figure out what works and what doesn't work. And yeah, I'll let the video play there and I'll commentate a little later. Useful. We have 2 pilots for this, so that's possible. And then we have quests that can link with this and this. Oh yeah, so there's the quests. So yeah, we put those together, saying okay, we do have a link there, so we can do all that. So I have the quest Jagadoga and link rare, and also quest. So that's also really good for early game link, which helps us a lot. That with scatter shot, we're like that's probably pretty cute. Get 1 HP plus 2 AP, not bad. The orders card right there, the blue one, allowing you to send bounce back a unit. That's pretty cute. We're gonna put it in there. We'll definitely put in Quattro in there. Quattro can rest any level 5 or lower unit. That is big. So we're gonna definitely try to capitalize off of that. And we're just right now we're just like reading the cards and trying to figure out what they do. So we're like maybe Incendiary Spark. We're not sure, but that's a maybe. Kyra, I didn't know I had her, and I also believe I had her unit too. I think I had her unit, so I could have capitalized on her ability, like making them force them to attack into it. But I didn't. I glossed over that. I didn't look into it. Yeah, no, that's a Donna Fode commit unit right there. And that's also an Academy unit right there too. So yeah, I don't think I had her unit, but I'm putting all like the 2-1s, the rush units in. Definitely putting in 2. I think I had like 2 quests. I think throughout all the events, I had quests a lot. Like I think I always had like quest Jagadoga or Gune's Jagadoga with one event I had it with Gune, and I didn't understand how to make it work. I could have like had quests get destroyed while she was paired with a unit, and then give Gune's Jagadoga the ability to get -2 damage reduction. And then we could have swung into another body again, which would have been really big and like damage reduction, attacking into a unit twice in a row, which is really huge. And then we're sitting here counting our cards, making sure that we have 30 exactly. We're trying to figure out what we need and what we don't need. I'm thinking maybe 2 Ultrons might be a little too much in the deck. Because I mean that's our top end. I don't think we have a big top end. We're looking at Sazabi, but we're like, well, it's not gonna really do us that well because we don't have a lot of Neo Zeon units in our build right now. So we're just going to not do that right now. But we're definitely keeping quests because we need a pilot, and we do have a few generic Neon Xeon linkable units, so we can easily go live with that. The Curious Flight Mode is there just to take out a body, so we can not having to like waste our turn trying to take it out with another unit. We can just play that and just go straight ahead into it right away. Same thing for the Death Scythe. The Death Scythe and the Curios are both just there just to rush down a rested unit. And then we have the the Gaia Gundam MA mode. That's just another generic. That's just another not generic link, but another link just for Stellar. If we need to use Stellar for that instance, we'll put it onto it, and then we'll have like a 6-3 body, which can crack all bases. Um, I'm just going through all the commands and going through all of the card stats again, reading them. The Jared Joga, which is a situational blocker if you have another Neo Zeon unit on board, which we do have those units on board, luckily, so that way we could easily capitalize off of its ability. And if you have Guinea, we could definitely put it on top of it, and then it definitely become a blocker without needing the other Neo Zeon unit to be out on the board. So just going through the stuff again, just trying to figure out what we'll do, and yeah. No, you're not the only one. Alright, so this is round one of Reroll Games release event for GD05. Looking at our hand right now, it's not looking like we have a lot we can do. But you go ahead and pass. I'll go ahead and pass, and you go ahead and play down. Looks like we have 2 1-drops coming right now. Yep, it's like we're going to drop the Leo and the Javelin at the same time. And then we're going to go ahead and pass our turn. Now it's going to wait, we'll see what our opponent's going to do. What I was thinking, it's going to top 2. It's going to play a blocker. And it's going to go and swing it on the shields. Put it a little bit of slow on our tempo there. I'm struggling to get the 2. Alright, we pull our next link unit. We got the Quest Jagadoga, I believe that is. Not sure we have Quest in hand. No, we don't have Quest in hand, unfortunately. We have two of her link units in hand at least. But we could potentially break his base if we play this correctly. We do have the Incendiary Spark. We do have the Presidential Base. We could we're only at turn 3, so we can't play the Quattro yet. So we could play Gune. That's not Gune. That's Goonie. We're gonna put him on the Leo, make him a little more beefier. And then we'll pay 1 to play the Incendiary Spark to give something -2 AP. So we'll do it on the blocker, making it a 1 AP blocker now. If I had an EX resource, I could be able to rest it as well. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and clear shields. He's going to not block that. We're going to go ahead and trade into his 2 1-drop. And pass. Let's see what our opponent got for us. He plays a base. It looks like that's the Archangel. Nope. Is that the Archangel? No, that is actually Axis. And he's go ahead and rush down my unit. So looking at this, he's not supposed to be able to attack with his blocker. His blocker is not able to attack an active unit. I mean, active player as a target. So that's a misplay on my part. So I'll go ahead and play the Presidential base, and we get ourselves a Chaos Gundam MA mode. No links, unfortunately. So we still don't have any links in hand, but we're gonna go ahead and play the Chaos Gundam MA mode because that is a breacher, and so we're gonna pass there. But that Axis being up there is very, very hard to get through. He plays another unit down. Can't see what it is. The glare is in the way, so I can't see what it is. So he also plays a Flaros. Or that's a Shiden. That's a Shiden. The review said go Shiden custom. Which is a blocker, so he has 2 blockers up on the board now. 1 can attack into an active unit. 1 cannot. So
no, that should be gone. Sorry.
Just point out at my dice seeing if it was supposed to be somewhere. No, not supposed to be anywhere. Just forgot to move it. But we do get quests, so we do have some options here. And we also have quests' mobile armor as well. So we do have options, but the quests, if we go for the blocker, we really don't need to link it with quests. But we need to survive to get to that point in the game. So we can either link it with Quest Jagadoga, the link rare version, or the other and the other one is also just a vanilla. But we'll go ahead and pair Quattro to the Chaos Gundam MMO to rush down a blocker. We're gonna rush down the Shiden custom. We'll go ahead and put down the Jagadoga as well, and then we're gonna go ahead and link it. But he does have 1 active blocker up, so we're gonna take out the Shiden, taking 4 damage there. doing 3 damage to the base. Okay, he lets it go through. Base has been cracked. So the path is cleared. We got rid of 1 blocker. We're still a bit damaged, but we're still in there. This game is still looking like it could be anyone's game. He taps down 4, and he plays. Oh my god! Oh, he plays the Orb Link unit. Can't tell what it is. Then he go ahead and pairs the Royal Gundam to it, and he attacks into shield, which he's not supposed to be able to do that. Trying to see, he's gonna go ahead and swing with the, I think that's a strike rogue, I believe, and a burst quests from shields to hand. So technically speaking, my opponent and myself weren't reading the card effects properly, which I will let them know later. Put out another. Replay the destroy the Chaos Gundam, and then we play down another Jagged Doga. He is presenting almost lethal, if I'm not mistaken. So we're not in a good spot. So we need at least remove 1 body off of the board at least. So I think linking quests would be the best option in this situation. But I end up passing instead, which was not a good call on my part. So he plays down another Archangel. No, he plays down an Archangel this time. He plays down and that's the Abyss Gundam, and the not sure what that one is, but it's the card that allows you to look at the top of your card to see if you want to keep it or you put it in the bottom of your deck. It's a Lionel Bill card. He swings at shields, nothing bursts. There go Destroy Gundam. That would have came in handy. And he passes, leaving me alive with 2 shields and a full board that I can't clear. No, we have the Chaos Gundam Link, so we could do that, but he still has about four shields up. I don't have it's nearly enough bodies on board to be able to clear that. And he left most of all his units active besides 1. That's the Gundam Exia repair. So we're just talking about the effect. So apparently, if I attack into it, it'll just kill it because of its effect. It has Death Touch, pretty much. I'm thinking and saying what would be the best play. He only gave me the Exia, knowing that if I go into it, he's getting an up trade for it. So that's a 4. Yeah, it's a 4. Okay. 4, 5. So we're still thinking, trying to figure out what's to be the best play. But honestly, I think the writing is on the wall. I think this match is a loss for us. So we do Quattro will rest down the John Bull Gundam, or maybe the Royal Gundam. That's a 5. If you watch G Gundam, you know his real name.
Oh shoot! I know it was flushed. My bad. No, my bad. My bad. You can direct attack? No, I wish.
So yeah, that's a strike rogue.
I goofed that up. I rushed the wrong unit. That's fine.
And look at my man misplay. I tried to attack that active unit. I wasn't paying attention. And I'm giving him my unit and I'm having to mill 2 cards out of his deck.
I did get rid
So good for me, he has to mill 2 cards. Bad for me, I gotta lose a unit though.
going to Royal Gundam.
And he blocks.
Yeah, 4, 1, 4, 4. Okay.
And I'm just deciding not to block that because it'd been it was gonna give me that unit. Now I add another on board. He still has 3 units on board. He goes ahead and links. It looks like
Do I have to? Yep, you have to. Choose one A player.
3 cards in hand, 1 blocker. I don't think we're near the level to play the blocker. And swings another shield. We're down to no shields now. We're at 0 shields, and he has 3 units on board. And well, with 4 cards in hand, ain't much we can really do, but we're going to go ahead and play our blocker. And that's pretty much all we can do there. We can link it though. We got a quest in hand, I believe.
We'll link it with quest. We'll take out the.
But this is a mistake of going into a unit and making a rest. But it's regardless of the point, we still lost even if we didn't take out the unit or not, because we had no base. We don't have any. We don't have any way to clear his board. It was pretty much a downhill battle for us. So you go ahead and rush it down. Unnecessary, but you know, he didn't need to do that. He had game. Yeah, so that was round 1, and I'll see you in round 2. All right, here is round 2. Let's go ahead and get it started. Let's see how we're doing. It looks like we're going first again. Looking at our hands, seeing what we got. Our opponent is going. So they're going to drop a 1-drop on the board. Go ahead and sit into our turn. We pick up an MA mode. Got Gaia Gundam. Go ahead and drop 1. Put down our 1-drop. And then we'll go ahead and pass. We go ahead and swing at shields. Ain't much we can do about that. So go ahead and take 2 on the base. And he go ahead and pass. So go ahead and pick up a Bronjong. I don't know how to say that name. Bronjong. Let me know how to pronounce that name properly in chat. In the comments below. We'll go ahead and play Quest Jagadoga. Do we have the link? I believe we do. We do have the link. So go ahead and link into Quest. We're gonna go ahead and trade. Actually, looks like we're not going to trade. He's going to play a command card. Looks like it protects it and destroys my unit, it looks like. But I'll go ahead and clear his base and pass it over to him. He's thinking, trying to figure out what he's going to do. Let me go ahead and swing at the base, breaking my base. Looks like he's going to tap down 2. No, tap down 1 to play his base, the Rock Hallam. Then he's going to tap down 2 to play Bolt Gundam, and then he's going to go ahead and pass. So we can't break his base, but we can take out his Hobby Hyzak. But we need to get a base of our own up. But we didn't. Unfortunately, we didn't pick up a base from draw. So go ahead and play the Chaos Gundam again. And this one I believe this is the one that gives first strike to a Phantom Pain unit. Go ahead and play a base, the White Arc. Grab a shield. Pick up the Chaos Gundam MA mode, which gives Breach 3. And then we're gonna go ahead and play down Bjorn Jong. Ideal play is to get rid of the Hobby Hyzak because he does have would it break base. But I end up passing for some weird reason. I don't know why. It looks like I don't see the lines when I'm playing the game. Honestly, it would have been best to get rid of the Hobby Hyzak, so that way he couldn't have the ability to break base. But you know, you live, you learn. Maybe I was trying to think like we need to keep the Quest Jagadoga up, and we need to make sure that we can swing into base and then take a unit with the Chaos Gundam. But that's the only. But the Chaos Gundam isn't even the one that has breach. That's the one that gets first strike. So that was a bad play on my part. Opponent still thinking, trying to figure out what he's going to do next. Looks like he's ready to swing into my base with the Bolt Gundam. And then he's going to go ahead and finish it off with the Hobby Hyzak, like I predicted. Going to tap down. It looks like that was 3 for another unit. Can't tell what it is in the glare, unfortunately. Alright, let's go ahead and draw. Place down a resource. So we have options here. Like all of our stuff is like 4s and 3 level cost units. Like you get, but it's either do we answer his board now, or do we ignore it and go for shields and then take out a unit with we can swing 2 into shields, well 2 into the base, and then kill a unit with the we can't because we don't have breach. So that won't be ideal. But I go ahead and play looks like a Jagadoga and the Chaos Gundam MA mode. So now I'm thinking and figure out what would be the best play to do. So it looks like we're going to go ahead and swing. Are we going to swing at the base, or are we going to swing into a unit? Ideally, we should probably swing into the base. We put it back down, rethinking our steps. Looks like we're going to swing into a unit instead. So we're going to trade. But it looks like he's going to have another of those command cards, the Darkness Finger, to blow it up. So that prevents that from being able to take the trade out. So that really puts us on the back foot there. We're down a unit now. We get no value out of that whatsoever. So we're thinking we're in a tight situation here.
We'll swing at the rock column.
Looks like we're gonna go into his
Yep.
base
I just played.
and take that out. I mean, luckily enough, he didn't kill our breach one, but that still put us in a bad situation. So we're just talking, trying to figure out like what would have been a better play to do.
Go ahead.
And I was like, I'll go ahead and pass. Now we're just going to wait and see what our opponent does. Opponent plays down airframe seizure. Discard 1, draw 2, looks like. Yep. Which is really big in this format. It resets his units. So he has 3 swings on me. He could have a link. Could. But he's go ahead and swing onto my Bjornjorn to get rid of that. Makes sense. Get that for free. Swing the shields. Nothing. He's thinking on his next swing. He destroys it with the effect, and to restand it, that's Gune's Jagadoga, and he's gonna use Gune's Jagadoga to go into Quest's Jagadoga. And so you got a shield and my unit. That card got a lot of value. And now I'm down 3 units technically. And he floods the board with more units. Looks like those are more 2/1 drops in a the IBO unit. With 3 cards in hand, he has 3 units on board. I think I have about 2 shields left. I think we might have lost this game too. So I'm looking like maybe I can play the Chaos Gundam. I think we might have the link for it. Well, the Destroy Gundam. We're counting how many cards in his shield in his trash. So it looks like we did play the Destroy Gundam. We went and had that down. We were able to get it out cheaply because he has 7 or no more cards in his trash. We'll go ahead and swing for shields. Nothing for him. And we'll go ahead and pass. Only we had the Stella or the Sting, we could have linked it. But who knows what they are in the deck. Looks like he's going to tap down 1 to play a base, the White Arc. He goes into shields. Looks like we get a card in hand. Looks like it was a pilot. He goes in the shields again. Unit goes to the trash. Let's wait and see what he's going to do next. Looks like he's going to tap down 4. Looks like. And plays Sazabi. Going to destroy his unit.
No, no, it's not that one. Okay, gotcha.
And he managed to get some Neo Zeong units to pick from there. His deck had a lot of synergy. He was able to get that effect off on a release event, which is insane. He played 2. Looks like he plays 2 for another Jack Doga. And he passes. So I'll go ahead and draw a Masalius. Or Michaelis. I'm looking at my options. Looks like that'd probably be the best option there. Hindsight, I could have played Incendiary Spark to give a -2 AP, and then that would be still a bit fresh. So I could have played that a little better than that. Just in case he had another Darkness Finger or some other command that could destroy it. I'll go ahead and play the Gaia Gundam MA mode. And I do 1 to link Stella to it. When I go into the crack base. Checking a shield, nothing for him. Another shield, nothing for him. Another shield, nothing for him.
I will pass. I hope I have base.
And we're praying we get a top. We get a base from our shields. If only we could have swung with the Maculus, we could have probably closed that game out. So let's go for shields. Nothing for us. Shields again. Nothing again. And game. That's GG. Like, he had synergy out the wazoo with his deck. There was nothing we could really do to really stop his tempo. He had removal and effect damage that we couldn't do nothing about. So yeah, that's how it happens. So this is Chessie's Games. This is our next match here that we're going to be playing. We're just looking at our cards and checking out what we got. Again, doing the same thing like I did before. I'm color coding them. I'm splitting them in their different colors and seeing what I have. Seeing what combinations I can pick. I got a decent amount of things. I'm looking at this Prospera and an Aerial. I'm thinking like maybe that's a possibility. Because that's be a good body to be hard to take down. And though it gives a buff to its attack, I was thinking if I had Quiet Zero, I can then be able to play the Gundam a bit. I'm talking that I got over there. looking at the new tech director lab card. Not sure I want to do that. Definitely gonna put in the hobby Isaac. That's a given. And then we also got the Exia repair. So like, okay, that's a good 2-1 as well. We got Gune. We also got a quest. We also got the Sheetan custom. We're like, yeah, purple is kind of going live. We got like a lot of crazy stuff for purple, and we're definitely going to display these in our deck right now. These are 100% going in the deck. This got some synergy going on right here. The Gunes get Jagadoga would definitely be able to pop off. The quest can be linked with it as well. We got the extra repair to remove a body and the uptrade. So we're gonna put back the other 2 cards. I think we should have probably kept the new tech director card in, but we'll learn from that mistake later. We grabbed the Leo, obviously putting that in. The Graviton hammer is definitely going in. Then we also have the Shining Finger. We're gonna go and probably put that back in. Yeah, definitely. And we got the heavy arms and the Ultron. So we're gonna be like, you know what? We can rock with the heavy arms and Ultron. We probably won't need the Ultron this time, so we're gonna put that back. So we're looking at our reds and seeing what we got. We got a lot of Phantom Pain stuff yet again. We got Sting again. We got Stellar again. So we have some of the units that they can link into. We went through with the Abyss Gundam for the support, so that help us crack bases. We went with the Kyrios flight form again, with the ability to rush once it's placed on the field. So we're just looking at all our options. We're putting in a Gundam fight just because we need a base. We want to go ahead and put 2 MA modes to reduce our. We think we'll put in 2 MA modes just to reduce our opponent's hand size. Because overall, I think that would be the ideal play to do. Was to have both of the Phantom Pain pilots, but again, you have to get both of the Phantom Pain pilots in hand in order to even attempt to do such a play like that, which would be a good hand control. Would be up on hand advantage than our opponent, and I think that's would be a good strong suit against any deck with Phantom Pain. It just needs a little extra more help. I think I might actually run Phantom Pain. I'm not entirely sure yet, but my deck that I want to play is the Wing Zero EW deck. I have one already made and played. It's so it needs some tweaking still. I'll be making a video on that later. Also, if you guys want a Discord, let me know in the comments below. So we have like a community Discord, so you guys can talk to each other. We can make decks together. We can test decks together. We can do a whole bunch of fun things together. We can even do community nights where we watch some anime, some Gundam anime. That'd be really fun to do. Let me know in the comments below. And also make sure you like and subscribe. If you haven't liked and subscribed already, please go and do that. That would definitely help this video and the channel grow overall. It's free to do. Costs you 0 to support the channel, but if you do want to go the extra mile, it's 99 cents a month to be a supporter of the channel. You can be a shellhead. A shellhead is 99 cents. It's a little bit to you, but a lot to me. It really helps me out to facilitate giveaways and things like that. It does go the extra mile if you do want to be a supporter for the channel. And with that being said, let's go ahead and skip ahead and we'll go right into our first round. So we'll see you in our round 1 over at Chessie Games. So round 1, Chessie Games. So there we go. So we draw into Gune and pass, and we're going first. Looking at our hand, we got Akira, we got the Abyss and May mode. We got a few good choices in the hand. Our opponent go ahead and looks like I forgot to move, get something off of my dice tray there. He's gonna go ahead and place his resource, and he's gonna go ahead and Let's see if he's gonna pass or not. I see a white arc. Yep, he's gonna pass. We're drawn to the XCR repair. We're gonna go ahead and play the XCR repair. And we're gonna go ahead and base early to see what we can get in our hand. We got ourselves a shining finger. And we'll go ahead and pass. Now, here I probably shouldn't base. I probably didn't have a real reason to base early. But just in case if you like flush the board with 2 1s, I would have had like the base in and I get the card right away. We also have the Troa, so we do have the heavy arms somewhere in the deck. So if we can get the Troa off by to be able to filter our hand, we can draw a card, discard a card, which is drawing in this format is very key, very key. So we'll see what our opponent does next. Opponent is at level 3 right now. He's thinking. I think we're just bantering away. He plays down Airframe Seizure by discarding a card and drawing 2 cards. And then he's gonna play down a 1-drop. Looks like that's the Javelin. Not the Javelin. That's like the Lano Bell 1-drop. I put out my 1-drop, the Leo. Looking at my hand. I could have put down the Abyss Gundam here just to flood the board, but looks like I passed. That could have been a bad call because I could have put the Abyss Gundam on the Troa and then have that ready to like retaliate against the 2-1 drop. Looks like he's getting EX resources. Like he ramped, which is really good. Able to ramp in a format like this. So I'll go ahead and do 2 for the Abyss Gundam, MA mode. Go ahead and then put Troa. So here's the problem here. I thought it was you just pair. It was Phantom Pain Pilot. I didn't read my card, so I ended up taking that back. We're like, well, never mind. I'm not gonna do that. That's not a good idea. We're definitely not putting Cure on there because Cure needs the link in order to draw. So we'll go ahead and break his base, and then we'll go ahead and pass. If I had a Phantom Pain Pilot, I would have been able to reduce his hand size by 1 card. That would be really nice, but unfortunately that wasn't the case. He plays down the Floros Gundam and destroyed my 2-drop. My Gundam Exia. But he's a turn early in with his Gundam Forest because he was able to ramp, which is putting us up on the back foot. Now he's able to just destroy my units. He's gonna burn an EX. He's gonna bounce back my Leo. So now I have to take out that Gundam Forest somehow. He's gonna pass. Not swinging. I get a quest from the top drawer of my hand. Here, that's where I made a mistake. We're gonna play 3 for the Shiden custom. And then we end up, if I'm not mistaken, putting down the Leo on a fill again, which I grabbed the wrong card. And I put the Leo back on the field for no reason. I literally just gave him the Leo for free. I go ahead and swing the shields. Nothing for him. No burst. and I passed, leaving the blocker up. What I should have done was link. I could have put the Troa onto the blocker. If he swung the Ryusei Go Flowers Gundam into my base, I could have traded with it, thus making him have to waste 2 turns to break the base. But as we continue on, there'll be more misplays and blunders on my part, which you will see in a moment.
Yeah, tell me about it. I should have read my card. I didn't read my card.
Okay. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Start trying to get a little bit aggro. 3 and 1, 4.
So you go ahead and put down another unit. He plays down the. Looks like that's not caliber. That's Gundam aerial rebuild with Prospera Mercury Link, which is insane. He's gonna play that break base. No point of trying to block that because he has to Gundam Floros. He's gonna be able to easily break the base still. So I didn't want to give him a free trade. That's a 7 body. There's a 5 AP 7 body unit. He attacks, destroys my Leo with the Floros, takes a shield, didn't block. I lose my Gundam aerial instead. I don't know why I didn't block there. There was no reason for not to block. I literally just was in a different mindset right there. I think he's not going to swing with his other 2 units. I think he's going to possibly pass. He's going to put down another unit onto the Riga Z flight mode. And he's going to swing in the shields. I'll go ahead and block that one. Because with that pilot Kyra, she's going to make us have to attack her instead of any of his other units. And he's going to go swing the weenie into the shields, and I lose another unit. I use another card, the Graviton Hammer, which could have come in handy. So I'll go ahead and play a base just to protect ourselves. We get the Nero's Gundam. So we need to at least clear 1 body somehow. The Gundam Faros, we can probably send the Abyss Gundam into it because I think it's gonna have like 3 HP. He has no blockers up, but the problem is he has that Gundam aerial rebuild. So we go ahead and play another Abyss Gundam. This time we're gonna go ahead and put Troa onto it. Looking at our options, I think Flaros probably so we'll go ahead and get rid of Flaros. We'll get the draw of this card. So we draw into an orb unit. He wants to read the card effects to make sure what it does. That's totally fine. So we're debating on what should we get rid of. I think I pitched Gune. Because with Toski, we have Kira, which we can link with it. So ideally, we have like too many piles to hand, not enough units. So we're in a bad spot right now. I'm just counting the resources, see where I'm at, see if I can be able to play this next turn with both of them on. So yeah, we'll go ahead and pitch Yune, and then we'll just pass. Not looking good for us again. We're not in a good particular spot. We had to have a base, and I think we had like 3 or 2 shields left. But him being able to like the tempo and pretty much flood the board pretty easy and ramp of all things is to be able to ramp up into Gundam Aerial, which ended Floros pretty early. It really puts us in a bad spot. He plays another unit. And he plays the Chaos Gundam as well. And he passes. So put us on the back foot. Then we draw into the heavy arms, which we already used the Troa for it, so we won't be able to get the link and the swing. But we will be able to at least we won't be able to play the Akatsuki Gundam, and the Kira Link and then Shining Finger at the same time. So we're just gonna do Shining Finger. We're gonna choose a unit with 4 or less HP and rest it.
So we're going to go ahead and
So I'm trying to think. I think the only target, we don't have that many targets for real.
we'll arrest the Jake.
So we go ahead and rest that one right there.
No, that's only
You go ahead and reach the card effect.
I have to.
I'll go ahead and drop the heavy arms down on the ground. Go ahead and play another 2 for the New2Us Gundam.
We'll take out.
Go ahead and take out his unit. I think I'm alive on 1. And I pass. As always, I'm on the back foot. It's hard, especially when they strategically not swing and they know they can. They have the out. When they know they got the out, they have the out, and they're gonna play it optimally enough while I can't do anything. So, there's only a little bit I can do. With 3 cards in hand now, I can play the Kira Akatsuki. I want to keep calling it a Gundam. It's not even a Gundam. He's counting his resources. He's scooping up a lot. He plays the Swazette. Gundam Swazette. And he plays another unit. Unfortunately, can't tell what it is with the glare. I'm not familiar with the cards yet, the new cards that came out, but I will be as the meta continues to go on. He's gonna go ahead and break base with the aerial. He's gonna go ahead and trade. He's actually not gonna trade. He's gonna take out my Abyss Gundam and breach. That's what the MA mode was. The Chaos Gundam MA mode. So I'm down a unit and a shield. At the same time, he go ahead and swing again. And yeah, he passes the turn. I believe I have no shields left. And I am not looking good. I have no way to clear 5 bodies off the board. One of them was a 7 HP unit. So that's really hard. So what I do is I play the Akatsuki. And then I'll be able to link it with the Kira. I'll be able to draw a card as a base. So I'm just explaining what it does. Looking at its effects, so I'm gonna bounce back a unit. And then I'll go ahead and play that base. So we're trying to look into our order operations here. 2 cards in hand. Ain't much we can truly do. We was just deciding like I probably didn't draw a card, but it didn't really matter at this point. We're just like going back and forth, like, did you draw a card? I'm like, I don't really remember. Like, as I just go ahead and draw a card, like, I don't really think it really matters at this point, but we just went ahead and drew a card. We'll go ahead and take out the Chaos Gundam. That'll be a trade. The Akatsuki doesn't have enough HP to kill the Gundam aerial, so we have to take the Gundam heavy arms into it, and then the Atoski. So we ended up clearing 2 units, but unfortunately he has a 5 HP, a 5 AP unit, so that's pretty much game there. So yeah, that was pretty much game. Not sure what else I could have done better for that one. I think it's just I just got unlucky with the carpool I have. He just got lucky with his ability to ramp and get his units out as quickly as possible. He has a better top end than I did. Overall, there's nothing really much I could have done differently. I think I played it as best as my possible, and yeah. Other than that, yeah, that was down to the luck of the draw at the end of the day. So we'll go to the game 2. All right, so round 2. Let's go. So we draw into a Gune. We go and flip our resource, and then we go ahead and pass. In this hand here, we have Gune's Jagadoga, we have Gune, we have Quest, and another Gune's Jagadoga, which is the vanilla. He passes his turn. As our turn, we draw into a Graviton Hammer. Ain't much we can do on turn 2. So we're just organizing our hand to see what we got. And we have some options. But we go ahead and pass, and then he go ahead and drop his unit, the Taurus, the Noise Taurus to be exact. All right, so I played down the Gune's Jagadoga. We'll go ahead and link it with Quest. Go ahead and swing onto his base, which hindsight we could have waited until like turn 4 when we can use Gune, and then we could have blown it up and we could have restand it and take more capitalize on those effects more often. But that's one misplay there. That's one misplay out of many. So we're waiting for our opponent. Looks like sorry for the camera shake. Gotta get better at not knocking the camera. He go ahead and play the Rigazi that allows you to scry. And he go ahead and look at his cards in his hand to see if he wants to keep it. He does put it back on top. Now he has 2 units on board to my 1 link unit. You can swing with the Noise Taurus, and he will trade into it. And he's going to draw and then discard, which he discard another Noise Taurus. So he passes the turn to me, and I'll go ahead and draw. Restand my resources. Place a resource. And I'll play a New2Us Gundam along with a Abyss Gundam on that turn. This turn I could have put the Jagadoga out and then continue swinging with shields. But he go ahead and plays down a presidential compound and on his turn. And he go ahead and play down a heavy arms, which I believe with the Gyun Jagadoga and the Gyun, we could have easily be able to take down that base, and then swing 2 into shields to really put some pressure onto our opponent here. But you'll see the game, our line of play coming up in a little bit, which I think was the incorrect way to go about this. You go ahead and pair a pilot to it, to the Rigazi, and then he end up breaking my EX base. I draw Trotroa. I'm looking at my hand to see what I have, what I could use. It's turn 4. Technically, I could take out the Rusted Rigazi with the Masalius, and get rid of that unit there. Or we could just ignore the board and then go for shield, go for base, then for shields with the unit Jagadoga, and then destroy a unit, and then restand the Jagadoga game blocker. Then we can be able to block a unit. So we can block one of his attacks from attacking shields, because with Gune he gives a unit blocker, which I didn't know that. I didn't know until after the fact, after I read everything. But yeah, definitely read your card effects. That is very key and very crucial. And if you like this type of gameplay or this type of content, please like and comment below. If you want to see a Discord server, we don't have one right now. We totally can make one for the community. Be quick and easy to do. If you guys would like to do that, we'll like to have that. I would love to do that for you guys. And also like and subscribe if you haven't already. Help the channel grow a lot. And if you want to support the channel even more, you can become a shellhead today for 99 cents a month. Is nothing but pennies for you, but it means a lot to me, and your support really means a lot to me. So thank you so much for supporting the content and the channel and the brand overall. Alright, so I'll go ahead and pair the New2Us Gundam with the Troa. Go ahead and take out his rusted Rigazi. There's a trade there. Activate effect, we'll draw one, discard one. Looking at our hand, Prospera won't really be doing us too much good here. So we end up pitching Prospera to the trash. And then we go ahead and will we attack the base? Let's see what happens. No, we do not attack the base. Mistake number 2 right there. We should have attacked the base at least to put some damage onto it. Which we will come to figure out later on in the match. That was a misplay on our part. You go ahead and play the new Gundam Rare with Breach 3 on pair, and on deploy. If you have, I believe, 3 or more Lana Bell units in the trash, you get to place a EX resource. So some ramp and breach all in one package, which is not bad at all. Help you get you to your new Gundam quickly, or your other top ends really quickly. Like some people like to run Calibarn with the new Gundam deck. Some people like to run the H2 double bullet in the deck to prevent you from, so you have to attack into it, but you end up taking more damage off of it. But it's a build I'm going to look into later. So we might do a deck build on that. You go ahead and pair it with a Troa Barton, I believe, and you go ahead and pass his turn. So that now is I believe it's a 5/5 to a 6/7. Haha. So my turn, looking at the board state, looking into my hand, let's see what I got. I think it's time we play the Jag Doga and the Yune. So go ahead and count down our resources. We go ahead and do that. We spend 3 and 1, 4 total. For those 2 there, we go ahead and break base. We go ahead and take a shield. Nothing for him. And here's another mistake. We should have activated the Jag Doga's ability to restand itself after destroying a unit. Therefore, he wouldn't have a targeted attack this turn. All he had to do all he would have was my shields, and that was it. But I'm already up already on him. I still had a unit on board, and I would have still been doing pretty well. So he played his Jag Doga with his Gyunyun with a link right there. He played a vanilla one. He placed down a base, the Gertie Lou. And he's looking at his options. He ended up swinging at the Abyss Gundam, getting that for free. He eats that up and getting a shield. We burst into a Stellar, so we end up putting her into our hand. He goes, yeah, he has a Troa, so he ended up drawing one, pitching one. And he's thinking about trading his unit Jag Doga with mines. I'm just displaying the card effects onto it. And he ends up taking the trade there. So now he cleared my board. He took a shield. He took out 2 units, a link unit, and he cleared my board. So now it's our turn. We go ahead and reset our resources and get a resource. Looking at our card hand, seeing what we got. We do have the Akira and Atasuki, so we could play the Akira and Atasuki out, which we do.
When this is linked, I could choose
and then we go ahead and link it with Kira to gain the draw, which is the Ultron Gundam. We end up going to his base, destroying his base, not respecting the new Gundam.
Yeah, I got kind of lucky in that department.
So now it's his turn, and he's going to drop down something pretty big on us. Someone says it. Some could say is a new Gundam. Yep, there it is. New Gundam Legend Rare out on the board. So that one is ready to go. If he has 3 or more Lono Bill cards in the trash, he can attack. He can attack any unit on the board, and he goes there and drops a whole bunch of 1-drops onto the board. 2 of the Stray Gundams and 1 Shining Gundam.
Sure, go ahead.
So they go ahead and ping down. He ended up taking back one of those M strays, and they end up taking out my Atoski and breaching. So he ended up getting 3 bodies on the board and taking down my unit and getting a shield again with more value off of it for him. And we're really on the back foot, so we're gonna play the shit in custom, trying to get ourselves a block to help us survive. We're going to go ahead and put the Exia repair, and he's gonna read the card effects on Exia repair. Pretty much, if it attacks a unit that's not linked or paired, it can destroy it as level 4 or lower. So I'm just explaining, like, yeah, I can destroy any of those besides the new Gundam. And I end up passing my turn there. He placed down the Hashimal, another top end right there. And he's getting his board situated. He go ahead and puts down a Royal Gundam for a blocker. Not looking too good for us. 5 units on board, and we only have 2 and 3 shields left. If I'm not mistaken. Make that 2 shields because we lose a shield there. The Curious flight form goes in the trash. He swings the Gundam, the new Gundam, into shields. Hindsight, should have blocked it, put some damage on it so I can get rid of it with the Exia. But I end up getting the Shining Finger from the chills to my hand. So he has 1 more unit he can swing on with, but he passes his turn. We pull the Abyss Gundam MA mode. Four cards in hand, not looking too good. So we look like we can probably play the Ultron Gundam to lock down his new Gundam. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to prevent that from reactivating itself. And then we're just reading the card effects, let him know what it does. So now it can't be set as active on his next turn. We play the Abyss Gundam. I keep saying Gaia Gundam. I don't know why I keep calling it Gaia Gundam. We go ahead and play the Abyss Gundam. We end up spending 1 more. Or do we? What do we do? We do spend 1 more to play Shining Finger. And we're going to go ahead and rest down one of his units at level 4 or more HP. We rest down the blocker. I wish the Abyss was a generic link, because then I could be able to put Stellar on it and then be able to swing on with it. That would be able to clear at least 3 units off board. So I was just thinking like where we want to put this Exia at. I think Exia should have went to the blocker, so that way we could have kept our blocker up. But we ended up going into the weenie instead, which was a bad call on our part. We ended up having to mill 2 cards. One of them was a base, which that hurts because we needed that base. But between the Hashimal and the new Gundam, well, the new Gundam can attack, so we would have been fine if we drew into a base. I think we have 1 shield up. So I'm just like doing some calculations, understanding like the board state itself. But I think the writing is on the wall here. There's no way I could get out of this predicament here. With 1 card in hand, being a pilot, we end up taking out the Royal Gundam, which is not needed, to be honest. We could have kept our blocker up, to be honest, and we were able to block 1 hit. So that was a misplay. That was another misplay on our part. He plays the Destiny Gundam with first strike, so he has top and out the wazoo. So he goes into my shields. He goes into my shields again. So that was 2 shields. So we're down to nothing now. I believe we're down to no shields now. And he passes his turn. So we got the Abyss Gundam this time, not the MA mode. And we got Stella. And I said, yeah, that's not going to happen. So we end up passing the turn. We end up giving it up to him. So what can we learn from this? Honestly, just look at your board state. Understand your card's effects and plan accordingly. If I played the Union better, I would have probably been in a much better situation because I would have had more of his shields gone, and I would have been able to rush him down quicker if I was more considerate on the board state as a whole. Overall, yeah, wasn't doing really hot. But anyway, we'll go to our next game, which is GameKastle. So that's coming up in 1 moment. So GameKastle Round One, out of 3 matches, we got a decent hand here. Looks like we have a hero. We got a Rising Gundam, a base. Looks like we have a level 6 4-drop. So that might be the Howl Gundam. We go ahead and play our turn. We play our base. Play the Archangel, grab a shield, and pass our turn. Our opponent will play 2 1-drops. The Shining Gundam and a Leo. Pass his turn. I'm kind of glad I did do that. Sorry for the camera shake again. Really apologize for that. And then so after this, we have 2 more rounds, and that'll be the end of this video. I do have 1 more release event tomorrow. The time of recording and uploading of this, it should be tomorrow or later today. We'll see what happens. He goes ahead and play Airframe Seizure, and he discards 1, draw 2, swings onto my base for 4. Leaves Archangel alive on 1. Draw a card. It's a Shining Finger. We go ahead and place a card. We go ahead and tap down 3 to play the Rising Gundam. Only if we had one of the super moves, we could link it with it and then swing to one of his units, and then that would have been good. But unfortunately, we did not get that luck. Unfortunately, so he's gonna go ahead and untap his stuff. He's gonna break base. He's gonna attack shield. Yep, there goes one of our super moves right there. The Shy Chi super move would have been helpful. Could have got a breach off. He's going to play I believe that's a Chaos Gundam MA mode. And then he passes his turn. So we get another Rising Gundam in our hand, I believe. And I believe we go ahead and play the Strike Rouge Otori. Play another base. Now we got a blocker and we got a unit we can get rid of, so we can start swinging on some things here. So ideally, it would be best to get rid of one of his units there. So we're gonna burn the EX. We're gonna go ahead and link it, make it a little more beefier.
Going to the right, trying to get
We're
him.
gonna go ahead and attack that, get rid of it. We're gonna go ahead and attack into the Leo, get rid of that as well. And there goes the camera again.
Will intern repair too?
And then it's gonna repair too. Because of Walford's effect, he can repair too when he's linked. Which is a handy effect. Really, really good overall. Gonna play one. He's gonna ping it for one with the gun tank astray. Gonna play a Gunyun's Jagdoga. And he's gonna pass his turn. So looks like we have an options here. We could potentially do one to rest, and then get rid of the breach unit. So I think playing, or we just do the rising gun, which I don't think that was the right play. We could have got rid of his breach unit and have our protection for our base. Cause I believe we had the death siphon hand. We're gonna play on 2 units on board. Then we pass turn there. We haven't even touched his base yet. He's gonna go ahead and look at his options here. He's gonna play 1. He's gonna pair Prospera onto the unit. He's gonna go ahead and try to break base. I think.
Other Gundam nodes and
Just this unit will be relevant to that.
okay.
I think honestly we were just talking about the how the effect worked.
3, you're still crack base.
Now it has a plus 1 AP onto it. So now it's a +2 to its attack. I'm thinking of blocking, which I think would probably be the best idea, is to block.
3, still crack.
Because then he can just start swinging 2 units into shields and then play whatever else he doesn't have on. Because he hasn't played anything else besides a pilot. So we're trying to figure out what we're going to do here. We're going to go ahead and block. Let's breach 3. He goes ahead and plays a base. Grabs a shield. He plays Axis. Now we have a tough hurdle to come over. Now we have a 6 HP base to be able to take care of. Go ahead and swing on shields and destroying it. He plays down another unit. And he go ahead and swing shield. We get a Gunya in the hand. And he's going to destroy unit to restand the Jagdoga. We draw. Let's see what happens.
I'll do 1 for Shining Finger.
We play the Shining Finger.
I will rest.
Go ahead and rest the unit. We're going to rest the Jagdoga. Then we go ahead and play our own Chaos Gundam. That's a Howl Gundam, excuse me. That's a Howl Gundam, which we go ahead and arrest the Rising Gundam. The ping 2 damage to a unit equal to or lower to its level. But that's really good for us. We managed to get 2 units. We managed to get 1 unit down, ping the rest for 2, so now they're weakened. do Graviton Hammer, the rest of that, and then we're gonna go ahead and pair that to the Rising Gundam to make it more beefy. So have that hero in hand, which will come and play later. We go ahead and trade.
And I'll pass.
And we go ahead and pass our turn there. He goes ahead and swing the shields. It's a Royal Gundam. We're looking pretty low on shields here, and he's still looking pretty healthy himself. And he goes ahead and plays, it looks like another orb unit, and the Floros Gundam, the one that destroys level 2 or lower units on a deploy and attack. We go ahead and restand our units. We get ourselves a Death Scythe. I don't know if we can use the ability on the Rising Gundam when linked. It uses the cards, the link card ability.
1, 2, 3, 4.
But if it does, that'd be really big. We can rest the Floros. But we go ahead and play the Death Scythe. We go ahead and kill down his unit there.
I forgot when action stop. We'll play 2 for Wings of Light.
And we're going to go ahead and play Wings of Light to bounce back a unit.
5 less HP, return it on his hand, or return this to your hand.
We'll bounce back to Floros.
Then we'll do 1. We'll do Airframe Seizure.
Then play Airframe Seizure. Discard Yune, draw 2 cards.
Okay.
One of them is a Rose, and one of them is a
Break base.
Shining Gundam. So we're going to go into shields to break that. And then we're going to pass there. Ain't much we can really do there. He's going to go ahead and play back to Floros. The effect doesn't go off. He plays a Bulk Gundam. And he passes. So in this case here, he has 3 units on board. I believe I'm down to like 2 shields left. 2 or 1 shields left. And there's no way for me to like actively, I can rest one of them with the wing 0. But that still leaves me with like 1 shield left, and he's going to just kill me on the next, on a clapback. So I'm just like explaining like, yeah, I think you got this already, but I'm just going to go ahead and play this out. So I'll go ahead and play 5 for the Wing Gundam. He goes, oh god. And then I link it with Hero. He goes, Jesus. And he's like, yeah, you can rest because they rest with it. And this is the problem here. I don't read my cards, so I'll go ahead and attack into shields, resting the Floros, doing suppression. He gets nothing from his shields. And then we use Howl Gundam to go into the Floros to get rid of that. And then we'll go into shields with the Rising Gundam. And then get him down to 2 shields at least. And then I play a 1 drop and pass my turn there. So now we're in a very dangerous situation where he can easily just, go for game here. So he's going to go ahead and break shields. Nothing. Double bullet. And that was game. Yep. That was pretty much it. We did our best we could. But let's continue on with our next matches. We have 2 more left, and that'll be it. So stick around. Alright, so round 2 over at GameKastle College Park. This is our second round at the release event for GD05. Our opponent went first. And I opted to go second. And I draw a card and pass my turn. And then he goes ahead and drops a 2-drop, and he passes his turn. So I draw a card, draw into a Death Scythe. Not really helpful at this point. Look into our hand, see what we can do. Not much we can do. We could play the base. That would have been helpful, but seeing that could be a misplay there in a moment. As he taps 2 for the excess, and then he go ahead and links it. And then he go ahead and break base, and then he ended up going for a shield, which I could have used the Royal Gundam. I should have just played the shield, the base, and then got the Royal Gundam, so I have a blocker in hand. So on our turn 3, we're at 4 resources, 3 plus the EX. We're looking at our hand and see what we can do. Not much we can really do at this point, besides maybe drop the Strike Rouge or Tori and the Archangel, which we are going to do is we're going to go ahead and drop that Strike Rogue. And then we're going to go ahead and burn the EX, return his EX resource back to him because he let us borrow it. They play the Archangel, picking up a shield. We picked up a Walford, so that would be good for the link. Make it a little more beefy and also give it repair, so when it blocks it can repair. So we pass our turn there. He go ahead and restands everything, draws his card, and he places down his resource. He's thinking on what he's going to do next. And not playing that base early, it can be a detriment early on, because at least that way I would have had the other blocker in hand, and I would be able to play that blocker out, and then next turn play another blocker. But he played his own Royal Gundam on the board. He also plays the Graviton Hammer, which then he go ahead and pairs it to the Royal Gundam, resting my blocker. Go ahead and break space. Go ahead and for shield. There goes the Wings of Light to trash. That could have been helpful. We're down to 3 shields and not looking too hot. Not looking too hot. But we go ahead and redraw Chaddin. We got the Howl Gundam. We have Death Scythe. We have some animals. So we go ahead and link the Waffle to the Strike Rogue. We're looking at seeing what we could do here. We could play the Howl Gundam and then play well, we won't be able to play Shai-Chi's command because we won't be able to benefit from it right away. We won't be able to get the breach off if we do that. So we're also down a level because we ended up having to burn the resource early on. But looking at my hand, yeah, this is not looking too good. So I believe I passed my turn there. Not really doing much besides linking a unit, and that was it. So my opponent goes ahead and draw. He plays down his resource. I'm looking at my hand, like, yeah, this is not looking too good for us. Just waiting to see what he's gonna do. Also, make sure you subscribe and like the channel as well if you haven't already. He go ahead and attack the shields. No burst. There goes a flawless to trash. I didn't want to give him the Strike Rogue just yet. Could have blocked it. Could have got rid of it. It's probably been a better situation, but I know he's going to play. He puts out another unit. That looks like an orb unit, a Kira Strike Rogue. And he plays down a Dawn of Folk 2/1 drop. So I'll play down Gundam Fight. I draw out top draw from that. We get Airframe Seizure into hand. So we're gonna probably go ahead and play that. So we play the Death Scythe first. We use his Death Scythe's ability to crash into the excess to get rid of it. Not much doing here. We have 1 shield left, a base, and 4 units barreling down at us. 1 blocker up, and not a lot that we can do here. So we end up passing our turn. And then we're just talking about, like, he got this card here. It's gonna swing into it. I can only block 1 of them. The rest will blow into base. He plays down another unit. Okay, looks like that's the. Yes, it's a Toski link with Kira. Bounces back my unit. Bounces back my blocker, and yeah, that's pretty much game there. So yeah, we'll go ahead and say yeah, that's it. Hey, you got it. So yeah, that was that game there. That was the final match for GameKastle. And then we'll go ahead and do our last matches over at New2Us in Odenton. We'll see you there in one moment. Alright, first round over at New2Us over in Oderton. This is a 3-round match. I have recorded all 3 rounds this time around. The last couple of ones were only 2 rounds. Besides Chessie's, I believe Chessie was 3 rounds. But we go ahead and get started. My hands is a mess right now. All my cards are upside down. Ain't much I can really do, so I just pass my turn to my opponent. I'll try to look at my cards. He go ahead and swings onto base, putting 2 on there with his 2 drops. He drops 2 more 2 drops. Really aggroing me down. It's probably the last time you'll be able to see this kind of type of aggro in a long time. Ever since the Banlist. So I'll go ahead and fix my cards. Look and see what I got. Not much doing really. I could play the base, so I'll go ahead and play Quest I'll go ahead and play the Jagdoga, and I go ahead and link it with Quest, and then I go ahead and take out the unit, taking 2 damage onto it. So now he could either break, he could break base and take the unit, or he could do something completely different. So he ended up taking the base and go ahead and take shields, completely ignoring the unit completely, making me having to trade into him. So we're on a back foot again, and then it looks like he's gonna probably drop 2 more. Nope, he decided against it. He plays down another unit and pass. This unit is, I can't tell from the glare and my hand being in a way. Looks like it's the Jagdoga. Yeah, it's another as Gune's Jagdoga. So I'll go ahead and draw. We got some options. We can link Sting with the Chaos Gundam, potentially cleaning a board. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna go ahead and play the Chaos Gundam. We're going to go ahead and link it with Sting. We're going to go ahead and take down that unit there, and then we're going to go ahead and breach 3, getting ourselves up some value. Then we'll go ahead and take shields, which is nice. Now we're slowly even the playing field. So now he has to not ignore my side of the field, and he has to answer my board. But we'll see how he'd be able to answer it. Will he just ignore my units or go straight for shields? And I apologize for that. I literally knocked the camera out of the angle. Not used to the camera being so close to me. So he's gonna go for shields. And he's gonna go for shields again. And he's gonna go play down 2 units. Looks like a strike rogue and a Chaos Gundam. He also used Gune's ability to destroy a unit to restand himself. So that really puts me on the back foot there, not seeing an option to get rid of these. I don't think I have a lot of unit removal, so I end up playing a base. I'm trying to give myself some defense. He kindly helped me get a shield. I go ahead and play the X's. And then I will go ahead and link it. Nope, I will not link. I'll play the Abyss Gundam in May mode. And I'll go ahead and swing on shields. Looks like the new card that returns a card back to on his hand was burst. And that is all I can do. Now it's his turn. He plays down 2 more units. Looks like a Londa Bell unit and a Noise Taurus. You go ahead and swing with the Chaos Gundam. Go ahead and clear base with the Chaos Gundam. Go ahead and take out a shield. And then he's going to destroy, restand, and then pass. Only giving me 1 unit to be able to clear, and not a lot of shields left. So we're in a pretty bad situation yet again. So all I can do is clear 1 of his units. He still has 2 cards in hand, but I'll go ahead and say, yeah, there's nothing I can really do. So I'll go ahead and end up conceding. Which is a running theme. I conceded a little too early, but there was nothing I can really do to do that. There was nothing in my hand. There was nothing in my on the field that can really help stabilize or help turn the tide in my favor. So here we are on round 2 at New2Us Games. Still feeling kind of sore about that loss. Wasn't much we can really do. We're on a big losing streak. Very bad losing streak. This was, again, wasn't our luck. We just didn't see what we needed to see. The packs didn't give us the cards that we needed to see. And in this round, it's going to be even more brutal than the last, as you will see against our opponent here. So we go ahead and roll off.
I don't know. I go first, I guess.
I think I opted to go first.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
He's going to go ahead and mulligan. Just looking at my hand and see what I have. Okay, go ahead and tap his deck to his cut. Go ahead and start placing down our shields.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright. And good luck.
And starting us off with a draw, resource, and a pass. Draw, resource for him.
Yeah, you want that.
And he's got EX. Looks like he passed, so we'll go ahead and, or did he pass? Nope. So they go ahead and draw resource. Looks like this is our next turn. He plays down a Murasame.
Is that a blocker? Oh, it's a high maneuver. Okay.
And I go ahead and look at my hand. I play down a Jagdoga. And I go ahead and link it with quests. Sorry for the camera being bumped again. Go ahead and crack a space. And then pass the turn. Just trying to readjust the camera. He replaces his base with Gertie Lou. He goes ahead and links and takes out the quests. Then he go ahead and drops Master Gundam. Looks like he has the Troa draw 1, discard 1 underneath the Murasame. So I give it a little bit of extra HP and able to go ahead and punch through quests. The link unit that I had on the board. So looking at my hand, see what I got. Whole lot of nothing, to be truthful. So we played 3. We played a Masalius to attack into that unit there, which destroys it.
Yeah, I'll pass.
And I think I just passed there. Yeah, his hand's not looking too good. Not enough units. And he go ahead and links, swings on shield, breaks the base, passes turn to me. We'll go ahead and play the Abyss Gundam, MA mode. We'll go ahead and play the Chaos Gundam. I believe that's also this is a regular Chaos Gundam. I'm not sure that's MA mode. And I'll go ahead and pass my turn without doing much there. Just getting a bit of a setup. Just looking at the board state right now. Looks like he's gonna tap down 3 for a Chaos Gundam MA mode. Now he has breach on board, so if I swing into his base, he'll just breach into my unit and get value, and he passes. But I end up getting a base, which is big. End up getting quiet 0. So we're gonna go ahead and play that base. We're gonna get the EXs into hand. We'll go ahead and play the EXs. Looking to see what we can do here. Do next. We're just counting resources. I believe he has a blocker on board, so we're gonna test the waters. We're gonna go ahead and swing onto base.
On action.
So he allows that to go through. And I'm gonna spend 1 for not with scatter shot that increases AP by 2, and also to break the base. And I'm gonna go ahead and pass. Not trying to push my luck too much. Now I'm just waiting for him to see what he's gonna do next. Looks like he's reading some card effects, trying to understand what next steps he's gonna do. So he's gonna tap down a lot. And he's going to play. I don't know what that is. It's a 7/5. It might be a Master Gundam. He's gonna go ahead and swing on quiet 0. Put 3 on the base, and he's gonna pass. I think that's Master Gundam. I can't tell from the light, and the glare doesn't help. So my turn. We're figuring out what we're going to do next. We do have a clear path to his shields, but he still has a blocker up. So we'll go ahead and play a unit. There's a Gyaradoga as well. It's a 3/1, which gains blocker if there's another Neo Xeon unit on board. We go and pair a pilot to it. Swing onto base. He gets a card that bursts to his hand, so that goes a pilot. I go ahead and put quests onto the X's. Swing onto shields. He plays a command to blow up my unit. And he loses a shield. And I go ahead and pass. I'm waiting for our opponent to see what he's going to do next. He taps a lot. He plays down another unit. This looks like the Caliborn. So he plays down the Caliborn. And now we're not looking good because now he has 3 EX resources he can play around with to give something -3 to the damage reduction. He's gonna go ahead and we'll pair Stella to the Chaos Gundam, giving it -3 damage reduction. It's gonna go into my Chaos Gundam, taking -3 to his to damage, and blows up my base. gonna spend another EX resource to pair the unit to here, which I think is Ultron Gundam. Now looking at it, it could be, yeah, that's Ultron Gundam. And he's clearing up my board pretty nicely, which the pendulum has swung heavily into his favor. And he go ahead and swings on my shields. He pings my unit for 1 and kills it. And I go ahead and concede because there's nothing I could do. Alright, final round, last match. Not doing so good. We're 0-2. This is our final match of the night for our events release. And yeah, we're feeling kind of bleh right now, little bleh. But we take those punches to the face. We keep going. There was no risk in this match, but still, when you lose that much, it really does mess with your headspace sometimes. And you gotta understand that that's sometimes that's how the game plays. Is just sometimes they have the out, and you will not have an answer to their board. So we're gonna go ahead and get set up. Go ahead and pick my 5 cards. Actually, I don't think I'd pick my 5 cards. I think I already started putting out my shields. I was like, wait, hold on. I'm like, wait, hold on. I didn't put out my cards. That's how bad my mental state is right now. I'm just like not even paying attention that I didn't even play 5 cards yet. I already started drawing my shields. But luckily I didn't look at them, so I was able to like just put them back and just redo it again. So we do have some cards we can play there. No links really. No early links. So we're just going to go ahead and just run with it. It seems like it. And then we're going to go ahead and just try to like adjust the camera a little bit so that way we can see the board state clearly. Looks like I'm going first, so I draw a quest, and then I pass. She plays down a Shining Gundam, the 2-1. And I go ahead and change to the Gertie Lou, grab a shield. And I am getting a Jagadoga. Gunane's Jagadoga. I don't have any real things I could play this turn, so I end up passing my turn. Let's see what she's gonna do. She's gonna go ahead and put 2 on my base. And we're just gonna go ahead and wait and see what she'll do. And she go ahead and pass, so I'll draw into a chatting. Looking at my hand, see what possibilities I can do. I could probably drop the Curios to clear the unit, which I believe I do. So I end up playing Curios and explaining what the effect does. I think I opted out not to do it. Yeah, I was debating on putting chat onto it. Yeah, I'm contemplating on if that's even a good play to do or not. Like, but then again, I could get a unit off the board, and then I'll sell a unit up on board. So I believe we opted to not do it instead and pass our turn, which wasn't a good idea at the time. I think we should have just played the chat and then swung on the board. We're just gonna go ahead and put 2 more onto our. She's gonna put 2 more on our base and pass after dropping 2 units on board. To our 1, we're drawn to another quest. So we have 2. We have the quest Jagadoga. We have the Jagadoga, and then we go ahead and link it with quests. We're gonna go ahead and take out the unit there. Take us 3. Attack into shields. Break base. And I believe we passed again. I believe that was not Union's Jagadoga, that's Quest Jagadoga, so we couldn't restand it using that effect. So that's totally fine there. He plays out a Shining Gundam. Plays down a presidential hideout. Swings the Hobby Hijack into my base. Swings the other Gyaradoga into my shields. And passes. Making me have to answer her board. So we pick up an excess, which we could use that to crack base. We have a link in hand. So we could link it. Now we're thinking what would be the right optimal play here. I think honestly putting either the XS or the Gundam Floros, which on deploy destroys a level 2 or lower unit. So we're going to destroy the Hobby Hijack. So get that out for free. Then we're going to go ahead and get the free, not the free link, but the link as well with chatting. So kind of glad we didn't use them yet. So now we can attack into the base. So I believe we're going to go ahead and attack on the base, breaking base, attacking the shields, getting rid of the life, which goes into quiet 0. And I'm like, wow, that's not good for us. So we're looking at our hand, thinking like, what can we do here? So I believe we end up passing our turn there. Hindsight, we could have just put some damage onto the base. That way it'd be easier to crack next turn. If they can't clear our board, that is. Which I'm sure they'll be able to clear the board. They put down the Link, Amuro, and New Gundam. The New Gundam, rare New Gundam, that is. So now we gotta just figure out how do we clear this hurdle. But I'll go ahead and rest down my unit? Question mark. Oh yeah, because they pulled the blue Armoro from SP from the packs. so they're able to rest down my unit, and now they have free reigns onto my board. So they're gonna go ahead and trade. So it's a 3. So they actually no, it's not a trade. They're alive on by 1. The Shadow Gundam's gonna go into shields. Nothing for us. The New Gundam's gonna go into my rested gear Jagadoga. Living on 1. And breaching. So Shining Finger to hand. So we're presented with a interesting problem here. We have 3 units on board. 2 shields are gone. And 2 units were gone. So we could base up. We have a base, luckily. So first things first, we'll base up. Take a shield. It's a blocker. So that's something. We'll play 3 for the blocker. Resetting our guy back up. looking and seeing what we could possibly do here. Then we're gonna go ahead and play the Excess. And we're gonna go ahead and swing onto Quiet 0. Leaving it alive on 1. So she goes ahead and restands her units as we pass our turn to her. She goes ahead and draws a card. Looks like she's going to be tapping down quite a few. Play down 2 more units. Can't really tell what they are. They one's a New2Us Gundam. Yeah, New2Us Gundam, and it looks like that's either Kira's Strike Rouge or it's a Strike Rouge or Tori. And then they're gonna pair Quattro to the New2Us Gundam and rest down our blocker. I believe that's Quattro. Yep. Rests down our blocker, so they got double rest in their deck. So we're at a interesting predicament. So they're gonna go attack into there. I'm like, so we're talking it out. I'm explaining like you have lethal on board. You can easily take out my base. You can take out some units, and you'll be able to breach a shield. So next turn you'll be able to finish me. The next turn you'll be able to finish me off. So I was just trying to explain to her like there's a way you can go about doing this. From my perspective, you can swing the you can swing both units into shields, the Shining Gundam and the Gyaradoga, and break shield. Swing the damaged new Gundam into one of my more dangerous units, either the blocker, probably preferably the blocker, so you can get rid of the blocker, and then you breach, you take out my last shield, and then next turn you'll be able to go for game because I wouldn't have anything else to do to be able to prevent them from going for game next on their next turn. So this is what this segment is all doing right now. It's just explaining the situation, like how you can go about doing it, how you go about doing it, and how we can sequence it so you can like capitalize better. But I think she saw it a little differently than I did. So I'm gonna go ahead and let the video play out.
Using the effect on this card to rest this card, trash this card,
Because if I just take this out like this, it still get range free, so I would take 3, or that would take 3. I'll take 3, but my way, the way how I saw it was different. Because I think you could have killed this, still kept the Shining up, swung both units into here, clear the flowers with the new Gundam, breach the shield, and then next turn, or you could use
Like again, like we're explaining it, telling her like you have lethal, you have the game. You could do it like this direction here, and I like told her you can roll that back real quick.
Yeah, you want to go for the blocker. Yeah, so take that off. So have the 3 damage anymore. Yeah.
trying to get the 7. No, 6. That's cool. Let's do let's swing at a shield.
Yeah, because I would clear your base.
Yeah.
And then I would take a shield. Yeah, so
Which I think there was a miscommunication on my part.
what I would have done,
Me trying to explain.
get rid of the base, and then swing this into the
So like, I'm just explaining like you go there, then you go there, then you breach shields, and then next turn you go for game because you have those 2 units there. I don't have these 2 units.
a base, which I feel
So yeah, pretty much I kind of did give up.
At best, two.
But I seen the writing on the wall. Like it was already there. Like they had lethal, and I just wanted to just tell them like, yeah, you have lethal. You got the game.
Yeah, I seen it. Like a mile away.
So
Yeah,
yeah, that is that. We'll do a post wrap up, and then that'll be the end of that video. So stick around for the last part, and we'll see you in a little bit. So that was rough. To say the least, we got completely stomped out the water. Um, it's whatever. It was supposed to be a low stakes event anyway, but it still made me think of like my skills and abilities to construct a deck given the tools that I'm given, and it shows my shortcomings as a player. Because I do suffer from not being able to like make my own decks and be able to create a decent cohesive deck. Um, I'm like relying on like looking at other people's decks and then tweaking it to see how it fits for my playstyle, or just like completely like going for one, following their steps. And overall, that's not something that I should be doing or following, or as a Gundam content creator or a person who wants to be a good content creator for the community. And I want to be able to like to make my own decks, to get my own insights, to give my own inputs, and to not just regurgitate something that I heard from somebody else, or regurgitate something that I seen online and trying to like follow just say those same footnotes over and over again. But yeah, it was unfortunate. We didn't do well. But that doesn't mean we're down and out. We still have um we still have the new type challenge coming up. I'm thinking of bringing either clan or wing. I'm not sure yet. I need to do some hardcore testing. That's like literally next week. Literally next week is the new type challenge. So I have not that much time to really deck test. So I wanted to like probably go to MSA. I don't really use MSA like that, but in this case where there's not enough time to really do locals to get the games and the reps in just to see how it works. I try MSA probably, but it doesn't really. It's not a one for one real world case scenario of like this is exactly how it's going to play out every time, because like it doesn't play out the same every time. But even then, the shuffler is not random from what I was told. Um, but I digress on that part. I don't mind MSA as a tool to help you kind of understand, but you can't let that be the baseline for the deck. If you haven't tested it out in a real world presence, you don't know how it would act in a real world presence versus the virtual presence, because the virtual shuffler is different from a IRL shuffler, like which is your own two hands, and your opponent also shuffling your deck for you. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for being here and watching the video. If you got up to this point, or if you skipped ahead, or you watched some of I will have chapter markers all across the video if you're reading it to the end. So, but I want to say thank you, everyone. Thank you to my shellheads who paid to be members for my memberships. If you want to be a membership with the Shellheads, you do get early access to videos. And maybe if there is a desire for it, or like a need for it, a Discord server as well. I will be having a Discord. Not yet, but if there is a desire for it, I will make a Discord server just for the Gundam card game community. And if you guys want to do like deck tests, and you want to talk about building decks, or you want to talk about anything Gundam card game related, or anything else, just like in general, I will be making a Discord once I see if there is a demand for it, and there is a bunch of people that wants to like join in and be the first to be in part of something brand new. I don't have a Discord server right now, so I do not have one right now, but maybe in the future, But if you like to join the membership, it's 99 cents a month. It's not just like less than a cup of coffee. Less than a cup of coffee for you goes a mouth for me. And remember to like and subscribe, please. It really helps the channel grow. It helps me get through the algorithm. I know the algorithm kind of changed. It favors more, engagement, I believe, than quality videos. So consider subscribing to the channel. Consider following me on my socials. I have Facebook, X, Blue Sky, Reddit. I'm on all those places. If you've seen Judo comments somewhere on there, 99% of the chance, 99%, 100% chance that's me, unless somebody's impostering me. But yeah, but I do post on Reddit. I do post these videos on Reddit. I do post like these on YouTube. I do post these on Facebook. I do post these on Blue Sky. So yeah, please consider doing all that, and thank you so much for your support and generosity. It really means a lot to me. I bow deeply for it. Thank you so much. So please, thank you. Enjoy your rest of your day or evening, depending on your time zone. And thank you so much for watching. This is Judo Kame TCG signing out. See you later. Bye bye.